So in my last video, I checked out Budva, but the timing wasn't on my side and the weather didn't help either. But now I've made my way down to Kotor, and this place is breathtaking. The road cuts in through a valley with steep mountains on both sides. On one side, you've got this massive fortress climbing up to the mountain with a path that goes all the way up to the top. And then just down at the base of it, you have the old town. And then just off to the side, everything opens up into the Bay of Kotor, which eventually leads out to the Adriatic coast.
I'm in Kotor Montenegro in the old town square. Well, I don't know if this is a square, but it's the opening. I'm going to see what's around this place. I mean, I could guess. Restaurants, bars, souvenir shops, stray cats, beer.
Now, Kotor's been here for over 1,000 years. Shaped largely during Venetian rule, the walls you see wrapping around the town and climbing up to the mountain weren't built for show, they were built for defense. Today, it's protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is a big reason it still feels intact and not overly developed.
After a while, honestly, all these European towns start to look the same. Some are more beautiful than others and some are more expensive than others. But, you know, I've been traveling for too long. If you're coming to Montenegro, definitely come here. It is prettier than Budva. I wish I had come here earlier. Same as every other old town. Beautiful, old, earthquake destroyed it, built it again, probably fires. Same old, same old. Apparently, Kotor is a little cheaper than Budva. Honestly, I don't really see the difference, at least in the old towns, because old towns are always expensive. But it's very beautiful to walk around. Great for a date, you know, definitely this is the kind of place I think you come here with your girlfriend or whatever, have a romantic holiday, and it's cheaper than going to Venice.
There can be a bit of irony there. If you've traveled through Europe for a while, you'll start to notice the same pattern. Stone streets, old buildings, small squares. Kotor has all of that. But what separates it is everything around it. Most old towns don't sit under mountains like this, and they definitely don't have walls climbing up hundreds of meters above them. You can actually walk up all the way to the top. It's about 1,300 steps. Look, I thought about it, then I looked again.
So yeah, coming here does feel like stepping into a small piece of Italy. One thing that makes it really unique is both sides you are surrounded by giant cliff faces, and you can actually walk all the way up to the top. Now that is 200 to 300 meters high. I flew my drone up there, so I saw the distance. I mean, no, I didn't. Shh. I don't think I would personally walk all the way up there. It seems like a lot of trekking. I did wonder how, like, there's a castle up the top, how the kings used to do it back in the day. Did they have someone that just, you know, took them up there? Did they go on donkey? Did someone carry them? I mean, a king's not going to walk up there, right?
Now look, this place is known for cats. They go back to when this was a trading port, originally brought in to help deal with the rats on ships, but now they're just left to be part of the town. You will see them everywhere, sleeping in doorways, sitting in the middle of walkways, hanging around restaurants like they own the place. There's even a small cat museum here, which tells you how seriously they take them. Now, I've been traveling with a couple of friends who are also making content, so I figured I'd get a different perspective on this place.
I think it's super romantic, especially coming from the other old town, Budva. The price, like for the pizza,
Yeah.
€10 for a huge pizza. I'm seeing a lot more couples here, and it feels more romantic, especially with the giant mountains in the background and the bright blue lake with the boats.
And during this time, it's actually a lot of shops are open,
Yeah.
right? Compared to Budva. During this time, you don't see a lot of shops open.
Right now it's like springtime, so it's like early April, so you wouldn't expect much to be open. Everything's a bit cheaper, but I definitely prefer this place than Budva, and if I had to pick between the two, I would come straight here. Although Budva does have its, its nice areas. It's just a lot smaller and maybe not as pretty.
And there we have it, folks. Kotor. Should you visit here? I mean, why not, right? If you're in Montenegro, do it. And if you're in Australia, leave. Leave. Go see the world. Don't go to Bali. Bali's boring. Sorry, she's Indonesian, so...
I definitely preferred Kotor to Old Town Budva, and honestly, it did make me feel a little better about my last experience. Anyway, I hope you found this insightful. Let me know if you've been here. What are your thoughts on the place? Until next time, keep on adventuring.